You become rich in your mind way before you become rich in your bank account. Your self-image is the limiting factor of your abundance. It is the bottleneck that you need to find and release. I make more money daily than I ever did working my previous jobs. I would work for 2 weeks, a month, whatever. I make more money per day now because I've unlocked this abundance mindset and removed my poverty mindset. I want to help you remove the poverty mindset, unlocking the subconscious limiting beliefs you have with money. So the biggest barrier to prosperity that 99.999% of people have is this poverty mindset. And this poverty mindset is a mindset of survival. It's a mindset of limitation. It's a mindset that sees the world through a zero-sum game. There needs to be winners and losers. It's a mindset of a lack. It's a mindset of desperation. All these synonyms explain the poverty mindset. And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories of people that really embody this poverty mindset, including me, that I've encountered throughout my life, just so you can learn to identify it in yourself. You see, in Australia, we have these bins that go out, these rubbish bins that are for recycling. And once a week, the rubbish truck comes and takes the recycling bins out. So a couple years ago, I would see this guy come out from his car with 3 or 4 garbage bags. He'd go to these recycling bins and take out the plastic bottles. He'd fill out his garbage bags. And the reason he did this was so that he could go to this particular machine that the government has placed all around the place that gives you money in exchange for recyclable materials. The idea being, from the government's perspective, to incentivize the public into no longer littering, picking up rubbish, and exchanging it for money. But this guy was kind of cheating the system. He was taking the materials that were going to be recycled already and just putting them back into that machine to get the money. That's an example of a poverty mindset. This guy would do this every single week. Just like clockwork, he would show up at the right time when the bins were most full and take them out into his garbage bags and go get his money. The crazy thing is, you'd get like $1 for like 20 pieces of rubbish, so something really minuscule. This guy had spent just 5 minutes with a pen and a napkin. He could come up with a more fruitful plan that was both better for him and better for the community at large. But no, he had the poverty mindset. He thought he was cheating the system. You might have seen people with the poverty mindset at work, people who do less than they're being paid for. When the boss is looking the other way, they do nothing. They take it as an opportunity to relax, to procrastinate. They do the bare minimum to get by and keep their job. And they think they're winning. This is a poverty mindset. You might have seen the poverty mindset when people are begging. I know sometimes people that beg have mental illnesses, but a lot of times people that beg have a poverty mindset. Over their career begging, the course of 365 days, they might actually accumulate a couple $1,000s. But what do they have to show for it? Nothing. Because they take that money, quickly use it to buy some food, usually McDonald's, and that's that. No long-term plan, no higher objectives. This is a poverty mindset. You get the money, you want to use it as soon as possible because you're afraid of losing it. And the thing is, the poverty mindset comes from subconscious programming, usually from parents that have a poverty mindset, or people in your area, perhaps your neighborhood, that also have a poverty mindset. Like attracts like. People with wealth and abundance tend to hang out with people with wealth and abundance. People that don't have as much money hang out with people that don't have as much money, because when you have the two together, it doesn't flow. There's no coherence. There is a misalignment there, and both parties can feel it. People who don't have money often become judgmental, and the people that have money sometimes feel that dense energy or that envy coming from people who don't have money. So there's a energetic thing that you can feel when that discrepancy is there. And this has nothing to do with who's a good person, who's a bad person, because when it comes to money, people tend to give these labels. Someone who has money is a good person, or a bad person, or someone who doesn't have money. That this is besides the point. We're just talking about money and what it is and what the poverty mindset entails. So to remove the poverty mindset, you need to find all your limiting beliefs to do with money, all the weird feelings you get when you're dealing with money. Sometimes you get a pay rise, and as soon as you get that pay rise, you start doing things to sabotage yourself so that you can go back down to where you were before. Sometimes the opportunity comes your way and it's a perfect opportunity, but you know it's too good for you right now, and you do something to sabotage it. Perhaps you mess up something at your workplace, or you do something unconsciously to sabotage it because you have a particular threshold on what is possible for you. There's a great book on this called The Big Leap. They talk about this threshold, this upper threshold that we all have, and a lot of us have it with money. The threshold for you might be $30,000 a year. The threshold for someone else might be $50,000. The threshold for someone else might be $50 million. It all is based on what you believe is possible, what you believe is right for you. Whenever you're in a situation where there's a misalignment, you're going to do something to correct it. This is why lottery winners a lot of times blow the money disastrous ways and go back to square one, because there's a huge misalignment. There's too much potential energy there that they can't handle. They didn't build themselves up. People that win big with some crypto altcoin, they make a lot of money, they blow it on hookers and strippers and drugs and go back to where they were because they didn't go through that ladder process, that stepping stone process of building up the right mindset, the right skill sets that are needed to sustain a business or that type of potential energy that can hold that money. So what is money? We're talking about money, we're talking about poverty mindset. To escape it, you need to first understand what money is. Money is a medium of exchange where we can exchange value. In its purest form, it allows for value transfers. And we're talking about money here before it's been bastardized by governments that print whatever they want, whenever they want, out of thin air. I have money, you have a service or a product. I give you that money, you give me the service or product. In exchange, you can then use the money you've received from me to get another service or product. It allows the energy to flow through a system effortlessly and for everybody to get the benefits of it. So to make a lot of money, you need to help people at scale. So help millions of people, billions of people, thousands of people through business, or you need to go deep and help a few people with a very specific, deep problem. So the scale example is something like iPhones are omnipresent. So many people have iPhones and iPads, and Apple's done an amazing job providing this technology at scale and creating this enormous brand. So they've made a lot of money. This is like, I believe, still the most valuable company in the world, or at least in the top 5. You can help people at a really deep level. Think of a neurosurgeon. Think of a doctor who specializes in a specific type of cancer. These people can't help everybody because not everybody needs their help. But those people that do need it are willing to pay whatever it takes to get that problem solved. If you have thyroid cancer and your specialist is charging you $50,000 to get this thing treated, you're going to pay that because this is a very important issue for you. This is a very big problem. So this is how people make money. It's either a mix of scale or magnitude, ideally maximizing both, or again, some kind of mix. So to do that, you need to change your mindset. You need to eliminate this idea of cheating the system. You need to increase your value through gaining high leverage skills. This could be a mix of different things depending on what you want to achieve, but you definitely need to work for it. You need to develop something that is going to provide value for someone else. You can't cheat the system. It never works. Look at drug dealers, inside traders. They don't have peace of mind. They might be making a lot of money, but in the back of their mind, they're always thinking, what if I get busted? What if someone catches me? And when they do get busted, it's often one small mistake that collapses the whole tower. Whereas if you do it legitimately, if you build the skills over time, you don't have to worry about that, and your skill set is more robust. Matter of fact, it's more anti-fragile. It gets better and better through adversities. You get more learnings through different situations that you encounter and come out on top over and over again. I always give the example of someone like Elon Musk. If you were to take everything away from him, Tesla, all these different companies, SpaceX, he could just start again tomorrow, raise up capital, get billions of dollars, and start another venture because he's developed the skills over time. And this is the idea of the game of money. Stop trying to cheat the system. Stop trying to cheat value. Eliminate the poverty mindset. Remove the discomfort that you have with things to do with money. So the solution here is to understand that compounding is the most powerful force in the universe. I believe Einstein actually said some quote about that. Compounding of knowledge is crucial. Just as your money compounds, you put $500 into some investment fund and let it sit there for 50 years, that $500 is going to compound to perhaps 3 million or 4 million or 5 million or whatever the numbers are. The compounding of your knowledge is a lot more powerful. Reading books, getting mentors, looking at courses, developing different skills, and each one builds up on top of the previous one. There is a compounding effect with that. And that is how you become a valuable person in the marketplace and learn how to make serious money. Do this, and I promise you'll be one step closer to living and dying well. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell notifications so we can see more of each other. Until next time.